Hey everybody, welcome to Medling World. We are back from the Disney Wish cruise, and now it's time for what we liked, what we didn't like, and some comparisons to our other cruises. So come on in, check it out. So guys, yes, we recently sailed Disney Wish, Disney's newest ship in their cruise line. Right now the newest ship, Treasure coming soon. And we did 3 nights. From Port Canaveral, stopped in Nassau, stopped at Castaway Key, and then right back. So a very quick 3 nights on the Disney Wish. And what we like to do, guys, is something we do with all of our cruises. When we get back from cruises, we just kind of have a discussion about what we liked, what we didn't like. It's just kind of like an open discussion to give you guys information. As you see, how we vlog our cruises is very immersive. We show you things that are going on that are great, things that are going maybe not so good, and we just give our opinions about it. So hopefully this vlog will help people that are going on a Wish, because we are unbiased.
Correct.
We just give our opinion the way it is.
The way it is.
So
and we just did a review for the room. So if you want, that's a separate vlog.
So
the room tour and a review of the room.
So we'll touch on the room on this video as well. But if you want a little bit more information, you can check out the room tour. Roberta, let's get right into it. Let's talk about Embarkation.
Correct. I think it was very smooth in terms of, you know, dropping off luggage. Even on the app, we had a late.
We did have a late.
We had a late, like, to pick it up our timing and doing the check-in. So, but it seems like since the time we dropped off the luggage, everything was very organized. Yeah, it was a little bit of a line when we but they were very organized in terms of the timing. So the timing, they are strict.
They were strict on the timing.
Maybe not to drop it off the luggage.
No, like there was nobody really worrying about, like when we pulled in, we dropped off our luggage, we parked. But when we did get to the cruise terminal itself, we had a 1:30, which is pretty late.
Yes, and we were right on.
We were there at 1:30. We wanted to be there earlier, but it just worked. Somehow we got there at 1:30 anyway. But they were really checking everybody's time, and people would too. They were making them wait.
Correct.
So they had separate kind of queues. With the timing, and they had crew members there.
And it was very organized. Yes, a little bit of a line, but it still was very
it was
smooth.
Fine. It went quick and it went smooth. It's very organized. You can see that's part of what Disney. They are very prepared, I should say.
And you feel the energy with the cast members.
You feel the happiness of the magic of Disney. Which is very unique, right, Roberta?
Exactly.
That's the one thing I will say. That's one of the positives about cruising with Disney. It is a very magical feeling.
Correct.
All right.
And I think that, of course, the most magical moment, I guess I would say. You know, guys, I know. I love Disney.
Roberta,
I love Disney.
If you have never seen, Roberta is a cast member, Disney cast member. She loves Disney. I like Disney too. I'm a little bit more neutral. I mean, I love Disney, don't get me wrong, but I can criticize Disney. I don't feel bad about it.
You may hear a few things in this video that, even though I love Disney, we need to talk about it.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. And when you hear Roberta kind of negative, that means like, like you better pay attention to that.
I really love Disney. So when you first come in a ship and they call your family name,
it's so awesome.
That magical moment. That's when it comes in, and it's you walk and you look at all that. It's just like
the Grand Hall, I believe, is what it's called there.
It's like wow. It's unbelievable.
They catch you right away with like, wow, this is gonna be like a journey. This is gonna be like. Wow, this is gonna be magic, right?
And like every cruise, when you first walk it in, that you never been to that cruise ship before, you feel lost. You feel like, okay, what's going on? Where do I go? Where's the forward? Where's like
it's just a fun feeling because you're like, you can't wait to just see what's going on. And Disney catches you right away. They have a little, kind of like a little show there. They announce your name, the Medling family, and everybody coming in, all the names of the family.
It was amazing.
There was princesses.
Yes, Eltiana was there.
Very good.
I love it. So, yes, that's when you come in.
And Roberta was crying, by the way. If you didn't see the vlogs. Guys, go check out the vlogs at a Wish if you haven't seen them.
I cried a few times.
Yes.
So, but that's the magic.
Yeah, so far everything was positive up to this point.
You know,
very happy. Everything's going great.
Correct. But then we start getting to the pool deck. That's when the frustrations start. A little bit we felt a little bit like, my feeling was a little bit of, it was chaotic.
Yeah.
It was like no information why everything's closing down, and then it was like, what's
the
going
food.
on?
There was a lot of the food stations started to close down.
Yes.
The buffet was closed, so we're like, what the heck's going on? It's only about a little after 2.
So if you have late arrival and you are coming from airport, or if you have a long driving to come and you are hungry, watch out for that. Because they will be closing down, because that's another thing that we may not been favored to.
Yeah.
The mustard drill.
Right into the mustard drill. Can I comment on something though?
Yeah.
My impressions. Well, we first went to our room.
Yes.
One thing that's was very awesome on Disney. Our luggage was already at our room.
Oh yeah, luggage in the door. Yeah,
like we had just dropped our luggage off, walked on the ship, and our luggage was already in front of the door.
No, we walked in, we did the tour and everything. Yeah. So when we were ready to leave, the luggage was right there.
And they bring it right to your door.
To a door. So you
don't
have to be
up to this point, everything's great.
Yeah.
Like, awesome room. We're happy. My first impressions of this embarkation was all of a sudden now I started to feel a bit rushed, right? Because the food started to close down, and I'm like, wait a minute.
What's going on?
I just got on a ship. I want to eat.
Yeah.
And I want to get something. I'm hungry. And then I kind of realized, well, they started closing down like half things, and then a couple full things.
Yes.
But the pizza was open. I think some of the barbecue was open. So just kind of pay attention. Ask a crew member.
No, but then everything closed down before the muster.
Yeah, before the muster, they closed everything.
Yeah.
But my first impression kind of was, I felt a little cramped where the food was. It's not a very big space. I mean, I'm just letting you know. So,
but at that moment, it's embarkation.
There's a lot of people there. That's why it was like that.
It's a little bit like at the moment what's going on. But then I think that between the food start closing, I was like, wait a minute, maybe because the mustard. Then
we were able to get food though.
Correct.
We got some pizza.
Yeah.
And then after the mustard drill, we were able to go back. Then they kind of opened things up again. But the mustard drill is something I really want to talk about.
Yes.
That's a big negative for me on a Disney cruise ship.
Disney cruise, yeah.
They do okay. So we started cruising really on our channel after pandemic times.
Yes.
So I can't tell you how mustard drills used to be back prior to 2020. Yeah. I'm not here to talk about that. I am here to talk about how Disney does theirs. And I'm sure it probably is kind of the way it used to be. But on all the other cruises we have ever gone on, that's what's fun about this video. We can talk about all the cruises.
Correct. That's
and all the different ships. Yeah. Disney does things a little bit different. You actually have to attend a muster, like almost like a meeting, a real, like, we're going to show you what to do. You can't do it on your phone. You can't watch a video in your room. You can't do it on the way to the port.
Yes.
That's what most of the cruise lines and cruise ships, Royal, MSC. Well, MSC is a little different, but I know for Royal. And then the first time we went on a Disney cruise, we just watched a video on the phone.
Yeah,
we went to the muster station. I do remember on a dream, we watched a video on the phone, went to the muster station, they scanned the card, have a good day. Yeah. It's basically the muster drill is to, if there's an emergency, you need to know how to be prepared for the emergency and where to go.
Yes.
Okay? With Disney, all of a sudden, everybody has to go at the same time to a muster drill in a specific area. We had to go to the theater.
We have to go to the theater,
This was a long process.
Yes.
So,
and everybody comes in, we have to wait, and
oh my gosh.
And in the end, the only thing they're doing is we are watching a video.
You're watching a video on the screen.
Yeah, and they have the cast members showing how to do it, which again, they could, if you have any questions, you could request assistance.
Yeah.
It was
just long.
It was long, and you have kids crying because they want to go to the pool.
Bad.
People are hungry.
I felt bad for little kids. It was, this took, 40 minutes maybe? 30 minutes? 40 minutes?
It was a long process.
Because you get in, it was like 3:45, so you want to get there a little bit early. But then you have to wait for every single person to get there.
And everybody goes in at once, and everybody
gets out at once. And they scan your card when you're going in.
Yeah.
And then they're announcing, is this person here? Is that person here? So we're waiting and waiting and waiting, and then they finally do it, but we just watch the video on a screen, and then they're like, okay, go have a good day.
Yes. It was not like something that it was, make sure we actually pay attention to it.
You didn't even need, you could have been asleep.
Yes, the kids are not paying attention at all.
Nobody's paying attention.
So I think the process, I think Disney has a lot to improve on that.
Yeah.
And
it's just packed. The elevators were packed. Everybody's trying to go to the same places. I'm sure there's different areas of the ship where they do this, but in the theater there was a lot of people in there. But anyway, I don't want to keep beating up. But the mustard Joe was a big negative.
And talk about elevators, they are very skinny.
Yeah, they're very. If you watch the vlogs, they're long. They're more of a rectangle.
Yes.
Rather than a square.
So every time somebody's on the back, almost everybody has to get out.
I did not like the elevators. So, this is another negative for me on the Disney cruise ship. It's just open discussion, guys. We don't do this. Here's 10 good things and 10 bad things.
We have some notes.
I have some notes, but we just talk about it. So what happens with the elevators is, first of all, we try not to use them unless we have to. Yeah. I use the stairs. But what would happen is there were certain areas of the ship. So we'll kind of do a few negative things.
I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah. So what would happen is some of the elevators would stop at certain decks, and they would could only go to a certain deck, and then other ones would continue up. We didn't know this.
We didn't know.
So I'm like, how do we get to the 12th deck, or how do we get to the 10th? You know, in the aft or the forward or.
Yes.
We finally realized almost at the end of the cruise there's a little bit. So if you go on, there's a little
on a corner,
kind of like a plaque, and it says. This one goes to 14, this one goes to 10, this one goes to 12. So I think it was up on the left-hand side. So if you're trying to go to like the kids, the Incredicourse,
you have
certain things, you needed a special elevator. We ended up getting off and walking upstairs because we didn't realize it.
Yeah.
But anyway, the elevator system I did not like on the Disney Wish.
We need to start going to a little bit more positive.
No, there's plenty of positives. No, guys, there's plenty of positives. But
so then we go towards
we got our notes here.
Yeah, party decks, they are amazing.
Oh, the sail away party. We'll try to kind of keep in order how things went. So we did all this. There was some frustration there.
Yeah.
I think I was feeling for people more than it was frustrating me. I think I was frustrated, but these poor kids are in there for 30. They get on a cruise and we want to see Mickey sitting here for 35. They don't have an idea what's going on.
No.
But anyway, so then the cool thing after that though was the sail away party. Yes. That was so fun. And then the food opened back up.
And then
we got some barbecue.
Special horn. Oh my God, the food too on a pool deck.
That was the food was good.
The pool deck food. And it was one of my favorite food in all the ships we've been to. It was so
nice.
Good.
The variety of food right there on the pool deck. That's a huge plus. So guys, if you are going on a Wish, and you're into pool decks like we are, you had the barbecue, you had pizza, you had Mexican, and you had a grill with burgers and stuff. You had the ice cream.
So good, yes.
And then of course included
the banana
soft serve. Huge plus, huge awesomeness.
The banana, oh my God, it was
I
so
never
good.
had that before. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm 50 years old. I've never had a banana soft serve ice cream.
It was so good.
I can't believe it. I can't remember if I had it on a dream. I must have been dreaming because I don't
even know the first time we got it, but it's I was like, oh, let's try banana.
I was good. Whoa.
But
get the banana soft serve. Very, very,
food was
very positive.
Really good on a pool deck. And then the sail party, you have the
Roberta's taking over. guys. You can see the love.
You have the horn. The cruise director comes over. Really nice. He had a long time.
He was a great cruise director.
He's a long time there.
Cruise director, big plus on the Disney Wish. Very involved. Very happy. Perfect Disney crew member.
Entertainment was awesome.
He earned that job.
Correct. Yeah. So that was good, and you see Mickey, and we have the party, we have the music.
The weather was perfect.
And
packed though, packed.
You feel the energy when everybody's waving for the.
It was fun. It was
cruise.
Great. It was a very memorable sail away. I was so glad to be able to, oh man, this is okay. We had a little bump in the road with some food and a muster, but. That's the good thing about cruising, guys. And I talked about this on some of the vlogs when these frustrations would happen. Put them behind you and just move on because, especially on a Disney cruise, something special is going to happen.
Yeah.
So we got over our frustration, but I like to talk about those things. It's important for us to talk about not just, yay, Disney's great. Some things could use some improvement.
But I think in general, I really enjoy the party decks. When we and touch a little bit towards the front because we're talking about the deck party. the pirate night with the entertainment team.
Entertainment in general on a Disney cruise, it's the best you're gonna get to me.
So it was amazing. The live band was awesome.
They were doing fireworks to a live music.
Yeah. So
like I'm saying, that's a band playing the music. You know, guys playing the drums and playing the guitar.
It was really cool.
It was really cool, and it was really nice. The fireworks, they're about 5 minutes long, 6 minutes, but they were awesome. The music was great.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're into 80s music, the pre-party music,
it was so cool.
Get to that deck right after dinner. If you have the late dinner, about 20 minutes before the official. The music was great. It's blasting, man. They were all good 80s like rock and roll.
So it was cool. But I think we start moving on towards the dinner.
Can I touch on one other entertainment?
Yes.
In the main theater every night. So what Disney does is they have a kind of a main entertainment in the theater every night.
Yes.
And the first night it was kind of like I really liked the first night.
I really liked it.
It was kind of like clips of different like Disney movies, basically.
It was live and like the singing and everything else.
It was cool. With a lot of music.
With the Captain Minnie. Yeah, it was really cool. I loved it. But like again, I love Disney, so for me it was just like
Roberta. I've never seen it go so. I love it. I can take a break with this cruise review. And then the second night we had. It's important. I want you guys to understand about the entertainment in our opinion. First night I really liked it. It was like 35 minutes. It was perfect. Yeah. Great. Second night was Little Mermaid.
Yes.
I really wasn't into it. Only because it was kind of a puppet. It was like a live, but if you ever went to like the Nemo show over at Animal Kingdom, it's kind of like they were holding like the puppets, and it was okay, but not my favorite.
Correct, but if you like Little Mermaid, Aladdin.
If you like the Little Mermaid, the songs and everything were great, but Aladdin to me was awesome.
The genie.
The genie was great. He was funny.
Oh my gosh.
He was like
unbelievable.
I don't know. To me, he was ad-libbing a lot of things. Like, I mean, he was really good. The acting overall maybe could have used a little improving, I think maybe, but it was fine. It was really good. I'm not here to rip them. It was entertaining. I really loved it. The theater is really cool on this ship because it has a lot of really new technology.
Yes.
And when you're watching these performances, it's like, wow, man. So don't go into the theater and check it out. It is an amazing, gorgeous theater.
And talking about theater, just a quick side note too about the theater. So we tried to go, because we couldn't really show inside. We're trying to go to the one all the way in the end. I don't think we showed that.
To the right. If you walk in to the right, so I think that's like stage left, if I'm right.
Yeah. So
with my little drama way back in the day.
On a second level of the theater.
So we were facing the stage way to the right. Little bit of obstruction in that.
Correct. Actually, probably towards the left probably happened the same thing.
So kind of go towards the middle.
So yes. So if you really want to have the full effect of it.
Yeah, you could see, but you kind of were blocked a little bit with the technology and some of the things that were happening on the sides.
Yeah,
so to really, for that full
effect,
performance and really enjoy it, try to get more towards the middle of the theater. And you can get there early if you want.
Yes.
We actually got there most of the time like minutes before. Can we talk about something that kind of frustrates me with Disney?
Yes.
I get frustrated too. I always feel on Disney, because I'm going to tie this into the dining.
Yeah.
The dining does not frustrate me.
No.
Because I think the dining is amazing on Disney. You have rotational dining, okay?
Yes.
So you have these special dining experiences.
Yeah.
But the negative part of that is, I guess it's a double-edged sword. You don't want to miss the dining, so you kind of miss other things. Sometimes I like to go to
with the same thing with the show.
Yeah, so basically once you get later in the day on the Disney cruise, mainly what you're going to be doing is going to a show and eating.
Yes.
And those things are kind of the most important part of the cruise. They're like the big time fun. So I would say, I hope you like sitting down to eat in a dining room and sitting down for a show, because that's really what the cruise is about in the evening.
Correct.
Don't get me wrong, after dinner you have some time, you can go do things, but if you see the vlogs by 11 o'clock on a Disney cruise, there's not many people hanging out.
No. Yeah.
There wasn't a ton of like music at night. There was some stuff, don't get me wrong, but you could skip dinner and there was things going on.
Yeah.
But you kind of have a show, It's one way or the other. If the late dining, the show's first, and you would flip it for the other if you had the early dining. And in between the show and dinner, we would have a couple things to do. But I like the little trivias, and I like that.
Correct.
And the negative part of what I'm trying to get to is I feel like they control the crowd on a Disney cruise.
Yes.
Where you're kind of like obligated to go to these shows because you feel like that's what I'm paying for.
Correct.
And then I got to go to the dinner because it's so cool and important. They're fun, but I like a little bit more freestyle, like on Royal. Let's talk about other ships. You can do my time dining. I can walk in, or I can go to the buffet if I have. Oh, look at these things going on later.
Which we did a lot of times. We did like, no, let's go to the buffet tonight. Just
on Royal, that's what I loved about Royal is just kind of picking at times. We learned what we prefer with cruising is we don't let dinner tell us what to do. Yeah. We do what we want, and then we find time for our dinners.
And I think that's what happened at Disney.
And that's like that's my opinion.
Matt's a former cast member. And,
Roberta's on a roll.
I'm a cast member.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of things we do learn, and the majority of people, it's their first time.
First cruise.
So the first cruise, or even the park, it's the first time in the park.
Yeah.
So, but talking about the cruise. And that's what happens. You do not want to miss the show. You do not want to miss the rotational dining.
But those are the highlights.
Correct. They are the highlights.
So, Roberta, could I say my advice is if you can do a 4-night instead of a 3-night, go for a 4. And then if you wanted to, you could take one night and just kind of go to I don't even know if the buffet is open at night, to be honest. Yeah. I don't think it is, but you can do the pool deck food. Pool deck food, yes. Or, you could do something different maybe and just kind of hang out because that's what I felt I missed on this cruise was I just wanted to hang out sometimes.
Yes.
In the evening.
Yes.
I didn't want to just have to go to that show and go to the dinner. Yes. I know people saying, well, then don't go.
But then you feel like
you're missing it, so you do want to go. So I know it's weird. It's weird what I'm trying to say, but I think you kind of get the idea.
Yes.
That on other cruise lines we've been, that's not always the case. Roberta's having a drink.
Yeah, having a drink. Yeah.
We haven't even shut the camera off.
No.
We just keep going and going. All right, so Roberta, what else about this cruise?
The dining.
Now we can talk about the dining and why you don't want to miss the dining.
Correct. So the first night we had the Marvel. Which, I don't know. Some people criticize the Marvel. I really liked it.
Oh, it was fine. It was cool.
One detail about it for me is, if you want to pay attention to the storyline, then you need to watch it to see what's going on.
Yeah.
For you to understand what's going on. It's very funny.
So what it is if you didn't watch the vlogs, what it is you go into the dining, and it's the world of Marvel, I think is what they call it. And it's Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yes.
And if you're familiar with the show, the shrinking and all of this. Yes. So there's all these screens around the dining room, and it's kind of they're doing a show and they're on the ship and you're helping them, do these different tasks.
Yeah.
So they come on and then they kind of go away and you're eating and then they come back on and they go away.
Which I thought it was very funny. I think
it was cool.
Entertainment.
And then there's some other Marvel characters that kind of come into the show that you're watching and interact. And then Spider-Man actually comes.
Yes.
And he makes an appearance at the dining.
Correct.
But it's not really like meet and greet. It's not really like photo ops.
Correct. So,
it's quick. He just is kind of hanging out.
Yes. Don't expect.
There's no autographs.
To be exactly.
You can do a quick photo. Like he'll walk by, maybe and then he's gone.
Yes.
But it was fine.
Have your camera ready.
Yeah.
They do not gonna wait.
And you'll see.
It's not like a character. A dining experience that we'd have at Disney World, for an example, that they stop and they take pictures.
Much different.
Yes.
And the food was great.
The food was good. The service was good.
Oh, everything was good. Dining was good.
Yes.
And guys, don't beat me up when I'm saying what I was trying to tell you earlier. I know I'm getting beat up now. People are like, Matt, what are you talking about? Why would you want to miss that? It's not that that was the problem is I don't want to miss it, but I want to do other stuff on a cruise ship at night. Okay, then the next night was Arendelle.
Oh, Arendelle was so much fun.
Oh, man, that was my favorite one. And I'm not a huge fan of Frozen. I enjoy it. I love the music of Frozen. If you love the music of Frozen, don't miss Arendelle. Oh my gosh.
It was really cool.
And it was a very fun show. It was interactive with the audience again. And you get to, I don't want to ruin it. If you didn't see the vlog, maybe you don't want to know everything.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of awesome music. There's The characters from the movie.
But the same thing, they will not stop.
No, it's very
especially the princesses. They will come over and they just wave it.
But it's a good show.
It is.
It's a good.
It's a very good show.
It's really cool.
And
now,
the same thing with the food. Very good food.
Food was great.
Yeah, food
I ate steaks every night, 3 in a row, because I was just like, I gotta eat another steak.
And if you guys watch our other vlogs, a lot of times I would not eat meat. I have a hard time getting
Roberta,
meat. Yeah. And I had steak too, like 2 of the nights. Yeah. It was so good. Yes.
Not that Roberta's a vegetarian or anything, but she doesn't eat a lot of like steaks and stuff.
On a cruise ship, I try new things.
Yeah, we try new things.
I try new things.
But again, that dining was that was my favorite. That was my absolute favorite of probably, of all. We've been on the Dream. Now I've been on the Wish. That was my favorite from those 2 ships. Yes. And then the last dining experience we had was
1923.
1923, which I liked because there's sections of the restaurant that are themed to different movies.
Yes.
They kind of have the storyboards, and they have some like little figures in there, and kind of showing the story of how these films evolved. Correct. Some memorabilia.
Yes, it was cool.
It was nice.
If you want to,
and that was a relaxing one.
Correct.
More like kind of fancy.
Yes.
And again, service was great.
Yes. If you also don't know about the Disney, the rotational dining, the waitress and the waiters, they go with you.
Yeah, so you have the same. They travel with you.
And they get to know you and your preferences.
And that's another reason why I would suggest a 4-night cruise, because what happens is on a 4-night cruise, whichever restaurant you had the first night, which would have been Marvel,
correct.
The last night you would have Marvel again, and that would be your opportunity to say, you know what? I've already experienced Marvel. Now maybe I want to go and watch somebody play some music, or I want to go to a trivia, or I want to go watch this game show they're playing, because we had a lot of fun with some of the activities.
Yeah, but let me go back a little bit towards the dining. So let's talk about allergy.
Yeah, Roberta. Yeah,
please. A lot of people know about the channel that I have some allergies. It's not major, but it is.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to be sick on a cruise, so. There is good things and bad things, I think, in Disney, and I trust Disney very much with allergy. We have a special training for allergy. If you guys don't know, they take it very seriously, and which is good because you can pre-order, but sometimes it's different things on the menu.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So it's not that I can pick from it and they would cook separately, and I think that I don't think I like it much because I felt like I was missing out what the proposal was for the restaurant that day.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, like Matt's like, "Oh, why did you get it?" It's like, "Oh, but I didn't have that option." But not because, it's for an example, asparagus. I didn't have an option maybe for asparagus, but could that not be cooked separately to meet my allergy? So I felt like I missed it out a little bit on a main menu. But another thing it is on a pool deck. The pool deck they will take from the line. If my allergy, they didn't have the cast members cannot serve you. But it's not that the chef is coming out and saying, "Oh, by the way, you can have this or you cannot have that." They will prepare your plate, but like the chef, they were preparing my plate from the line there because nothing there was my allergy.
Right.
So if there's no allergy there for me that I have to be concerned about it, I can just order from there. So
basic, the thing is, if you know what your allergy is,
correct. So I think that
look
maybe for Disney to maybe even make it better for the chefs. Like in my case, for an example, if I could just order from the Mexican one because there's nothing there that's cross-contaminated. So then just tell me, or you can order from here because there's no concerns in here. So then I don't have to be waiting, and the chef doesn't have to take the time to make my plate separate because of that. I understand how serious they are because, again, having that experience as a cast member, but at the same time, maybe meet halfway. And if it's somebody, for an example, that cannot have gluten, maybe there's a different story. Maybe they cannot do a specific, separate. But allergies, I think that is a little bit different than.
Or you can just be like me. I'm allergic to apples, but I just don't even tell them. Because I know if there's apple in something, I can look. A steak doesn't have apple. So I just, So if you have Roberta, you probably could, because of the seafood, I think it's a little bit more, but the sesame, if you're wondering, it's seafood and sesame.
Yes.
And it's not a major, like, it's not like you're
it's
going to go into,
it's not a life-threatening,
throat.
no. Yeah.
But you know, use your judgment when it comes to your dietary
needs. Yeah, that's correct.
Would you like to talk about the pool deck in general now? Because that is something I would like to talk about. And kind of, overall, the pool deck to me, it had some really awesome things on it, which the Aqua Mouse.
The Aqua
Mouse. It's a
Mouse,
special kind of attraction on this ship. It's so cool. It's like a water slide, but it's like kind of almost like a little water coaster.
Yes.
Very fun.
Yes.
And of course, funnel vision.
Yes.
Which is great. Big, huge screen on the funnel of the ship. Wicked high def, like so nice. Yes. But overall, I did not really like the pool deck, besides those things. I felt like the pool... I did like the part with the food. I thought was great. But the pools themselves, I did not care for. Roberta's laughing. She's laughing at me.
The pool deck.
Go ahead, Roberta. Take it away. I don't even got to say anything on this vlog. Go ahead, Roberta.
The pool deck. The pool deck. So, okay, let's again... A lot of times we understand why Disney does things. We understand why Disney make decisions on it, but we may not agree. It is frustrating. So, for an example, you have 4 pools. They are very, what do you call
that? Shallow.
4 pools.
How do you say shallow in Portuguese, Roberta?
Raso.
Raso.
So we have what? Mickey pool, Minnie pool, and the other 2 what? Donald and Daisy?
Maybe.
Yeah. So
that's very, very shallow pools.
So
like for kids. They're made for little kids.
They're made for kids. But,
which is fine. Kids need to swim
but
and
the
play.
kids, when it start getting around Jake's age, which Jake's 12.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 years old.
9, 10,
9, 10 years
even
old.
8, probably
do
8.
you want the pool that's deeper?
Yeah.
So, and then you only have 2 options.
They're all kind of like levels, too. And the accessibility for these
That's
is very
another
poor.
thing that we need to talk about, accessibility.
But they're small little pools, and everybody's trying to say, okay, I want to go in the deep pool. There's no room. But then
there's no room. There's no room.
So you end up, what I ended up doing, if you watch the vlog, there was these like shower things. I was just soaking myself with it.
Yes, because
I couldn't, do I really want to go in a pool with, 80 people in a pool that's like very small?
Yes.
Probably not.
And also, the same thing, we had to get out. We had to get out of the pool
every hour.
Around every hour for 10 minutes. So
they would shut down the pools, is what it was. They would blow the whistle, everybody out of the pool, and this was the entire ship. Like,
yes. So
I'm like, at the first time it happened, I'm thinking, okay, something happened. So something must have happened, and then 10 minutes went by. Okay, you guys can swim again. Then it happened again, another hour.
Okay,
everybody out.
And let's make it clear.
And this kept going on, and I'm like, what the heck is going on?
If it is some kind of, like, people put in comments, which we understand, we read all the comments. Nobody wants to swim in a place that it's,
Yeah, right.
We want to make sure that it's clean, of course.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But of that expensive a cruise that you pay on that very expensive cruise ship, we would think that Disney would have a little bit better of a filtration system.
Yeah, you would think.
So if that's the reason, if the reason is maybe because the kids do need to actually go use the restroom,
we don't really know the reason.
We don't know.
Because nobody would really tell us.
We know partial reasons that what we talk about
it seems like from what we hear is that for the filtration system to kind of work properly, they need to get everybody out of the pool so the water can go through the filtration systems and keep it clean.
Yes.
Which, yes, like Roberta said, of course, we care about that and want that to happen.
Correct.
But at the same time, again, one of them things where, but do I really want to come out of the pool? Like, I just went in the pool or something.
And
I was
you
doing
wanted to
something.
enjoy a vacation.
Out of the pool. Or can you rotate this or something? So that was just very weird.
It's very weird, but...
Does that mean every other cruise ship doesn't, care about their filtration? Because every other ship I've been on,
maybe because they're a bigger pool.
Now, Roberta, on Royal, there'd be one pool, maybe somebody got sick in it or something. Yes. They would shut that one pool down. They would take care of it. The other pools would still be operating. And then it would open back.
Correct.
But anyway.
But then we found, because if a lot of people most likely don't know about it, You have the Chippendale pool.
It's in the forward. I think it was the forward. Correct. All the way to the forward of the pool. There's it's called the Chippendale pool, which was pretty nice. Yes. That was one of my favorite areas of the pool.
But the same thing happened. They still close it down.
Still close it. Yeah. So it's every pool. But
and
anyway,
you don't have option close for food close by.
Yeah, so, if you're way on that side, correct. You got to kind of come over. So, but that was kind of neat because it had shaded area because where the main pools are, all the different levels, there's not really much shade there. So be prepared for that. I did not like the design of the pool deck personally. I did not care for it. We were on, now talking about Disney. Yeah. I like the Disney Dream Pool deck much better.
Me too. Yeah.
I just found it to flow better. I went up to the adult area. Very, very strange the way that they have this set up where you can only go in one way and walk around, and then it's kind of a dead end, so you have to come all the way around. You can't kind of cut through. A lot of dead ends in that. A lot of dead ends, and overall, just the way the ship is beautiful, by the way.
It's
I'm
gorgeous,
not sitting here saying the ship is not beautiful and gorgeous, but the flow of like the function of where you kind of walk, to me, there's a lot of very tight hallways. Yeah. And it just doesn't seem to have a good, smooth flow.
Well, let me just finish with the Aquamalls for quick.
Yeah.
So when the first dining is happening, that's when a lot of people will leave if you have delayed dining. Then you have a better chance to go in the Aquamalls with less lines.
Yeah, so stick around on the pool deck. If you have the later dining, even before your show time. Yeah. Usually the show is around 7-ish or something, 6, 7. Yeah. Stick around up on the pool deck. Because the people with early dining, their dining starts around 5:15, 5:30. Yeah. So they're leaving by 4 to go get everybody ready. 4 to 5, around there. You can just walk on.
And being at Port and Nassau, it made no difference.
No. That's another thing. On a 3-night cruise, Nassau, we figured out it'll be a little bit slow on the pool deck. People stay on that ship.
Castaway Key, then what?
Castaway Key. Let's talk about Castaway Key. Guys, we're just breaking it all down. Open conversation. Yeah, we hit some points that we didn't like on this cruise, as you can see. But it's okay. We got to talk about it.
So Castaway
And it's okay to disagree with us, guys. We're not here to tell you have to agree. We're just giving you our experience.
Yes, exactly.
Castaway Key.
It's an awesome island.
Oh, it's great. It's really beautiful. It's
but
relaxed.
I think it's more towards the relaxed side.
It's very relaxing. We kind of I like to relax, but I like a little bit of action. Yeah. I'm going to do a little comparison. It's very different than Coco Key, which is Disney's private island. It's more similar to Ocean Key.
Correct.
Which is MSC's private island.
Yes, it's more
I would say Castaway Key and Ocean Key. Now, I would give Castaway Key the notch because it has the Disney characters. It has some water features where you can go down a few slides in the water. Yeah. I think it's overall a better island than Castaway Key. Yeah. So it does incorporate a little bit of fun and some relaxing. It has some really cool excursions there on Castaway Key. You can do the 5K. They have an adult area. But Royal, to me, is my favorite private island so far out of the 3 that we've been to. Yes. Because there you can go relax if you want at the beach. You can go to the Oasis pool. Correct. It's a big freshwater pool.
So you have
can have the DJ there. Yes. There's a few different places to eat. Yes. I think, Castaway Key is a lot of fun, but what we did this time was we got out there early.
Early, yes.
But we headed back to this ship around right after we ate lunch, 12:30, 1 o'clock. We were back on the ship. Yes. And the pool deck was empty. Correct. We were going on the Aquamalls. You just walk on and go. Yeah. You could go anywhere you wanted on the pool deck. And that day, the pool's never closed. So I don't know what's going on.
So, but anyway,
it's a good chance to really enjoy the pool deck.
I think with all the food, I think Castaway Key was our least favorite food.
Yeah, out of all the food that we had during this cruise, because I thought the food overall was awesome. Yes. Castaway Key, was all right. But, it's island food. It's, I think it's prepared and brought there. Some things may be cooked there, but...
And also for the same thing, if you do have allergies or dietary concerns, that they would, say that you could pre-order like I did, and it goes to Cookies One. So there's Cookies 1 and Cookies 2.
Check out the vlog on it, because I go over, I show you the adult area. They have another area you can eat.
So, but
it's a cool island, though. Yes, it's definitely an awesome island.
But was low tide, so
that's another thing.
A couple of things were closed.
Low tide, you have some of the water features you can't really jump off. Yes. And at the adult beach, you really can't swim. This was extreme low tide. The water is so low, you can't really swim. You can maybe lay in it. But it's like, I'm talking like this, walking. It's not getting deep.
And if you want characters, especially on island, check the timing that they're gonna be there.
Yeah, check.
Because there is lines, and you want to make sure if you want your favorite character and you want to take a picture, there is lines for them. But check the hours they're gonna be there, because they are not there all day.
No,
very
they're
limited
not.
time.
So different spots.
Different spots.
Different
correct.
times.
Which they have everything.
I suggest walk down to the first beach you get to.
Yeah.
You don't really need, if you have some mobility issues, you can use the tram they have.
Yeah.
But when you walk, you get to see a lot of the island, and you get to see the characters. Because they're kind of on the way as you walk.
So I think that's a good thing about talking about characters a little bit. So.
Oh, yeah. If you want characters.
It's plenty of characters.
Plenty.
And plus, specific outfits that you normally wouldn't
That's
find.
right.
For an example, Disney World, Chip and Dale and Mickey, and they have Captain Mickey. They have
Yes.
Captain, so the specific outfits that you would not normally see.
Right.
So, but then you also have. That's why I wanted to be there. Why Jake was I went to the line for the Ant-Man and then Wasp.
Yeah.
So that's not something that you normally don't find.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Marvel meet and greets really
Correct.
at Disney World.
So a couple of times we saw Chewbacca, but then it went away.
On Star Wars.
On a Star Wars. So on an app.
Yeah, the app was a little inaccurate at times.
Yes. So it was a little bit confusing.
Not terrible, but a little bit of inaccuracies
Yeah.
with certain things as we were like, oh, it says this is going on to this time. Oh no, it was a mistake.
But it was plenty of characters.
Plenty.
There was lines.
So,
but then it brings us to every time you have characters, you have the lines and the hallway.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, where you get cramped.
Yes.
I was talking to one of my friends before I went on this cruise ship. A friend of Roberta and I.
Yeah.
Actually, shout out to Renee.
Yes.
She used to. She owns a business. She's daycare provider. She used to take care of Jake when we lived in Connecticut, and she mentioned to me,
Yeah.
"You're gonna see that ship is cramped," and I'm like, yeah. She was right.
Yes.
And she said she liked the Disney Dream better. She's a huge Disney freak.
Yeah.
So if Renee, if you're watching, thumbs up. And she liked the Dream, and I agree with her. I agree with Renee. I haven't talked to her since I got back, but she was right. So here's a little bit of what I'm telling you. I like the Dream better than the Wish.
Yeah. But when we're talking about if you need like scooter or if you have a stroller, you may find very difficult
with the elevator
with the elevators and with the hallways, because it's not the amount of people, it's just the way everything is set up, and then you have the lines for the characters, and so it's very complicated to just move around.
Roberta, I've never seen listen, if you guys watch your channel, Roberta, it's just keep going. I'm just sitting here, I'm just a bystander.
But and the ship itself, it's very hard to navigate.
It is a difficult ship to navigate.
I'm normally Matt is the one that knows the ship, because he does the tour and everything else. So I just like, oh yeah, where do I have to go again? Oh, where is this for? The deck again? And then
this way.
But this one was even harder for me.
Well, it kind of was like each deck on the inside, because of the Grand Hall.
Yes.
It's a little different than the Royal ships that have that nice promenade.
Yes.
Where it's just kind of a big central. You walk down one side, you walk down the other, and you get to everywhere you need. This one, it was kind of like a horseshoe.
Yes.
Almost like an oval, where you had to walk down one side, the port side, and then swing over to the,
Correct,
And a lot of the venues, this is something I want to touch on. There's a lot of different places to hang out.
Yes.
But they're small. Most of them are pretty small. There's a couple. Luna was a good sized place where they have a lot of activities. There's a couple levels. That is a beautiful room.
Yes.
There was another, the Trident or.
Yeah, Trident. Yeah.
Yeah, something like, I'm thinking Trident Gum. I know. I'm saying it wrong, but that was another cool place. Had a lot, but there was these little the hyperspace lounge.
It was very small too, but really cool.
It was cool.
Really cool. And plus the same thing, the service that was unbelievable.
The ship is beautiful.
It's
the things on the ship are awesome. It's just navigating it. There's all of a sudden you're like, where am I? Or I came into a dead end. I got to loop back around. Or how do I get outside to walk around on the outside?
Correct, yes.
So a bit of confusion to navigate the ship. That's why I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If you have a chance and you can do 4 nights instead of 3 on a Disney Wish, go for 4. Roberta, I think we touched on a lot. We've been talking a while, but let's. Oh wait, no, go ahead. What now?
The ship horn.
Oh wait, yes.
Listen,
highlight. There's a few highlights of the cruise.
A big shout out because they did a full minute.
She's gonna cry again.
Full minute to leaving Castaway Key.
Check out the vlog
Of the special horns that you have. It's unreal.
It's magic.
It's magic.
And as much as the negative was saying, overall, I had a fun cruise.
Yeah.
Because you can't hang on to it. You get frustration, and then you're like, oh, but wait, look it over there.
Oh, but look at Mickey Mouse.
This hyperspace lounge. I'm like, and you could feel the movement when it was doing hyperspace.
So cool,
then you forget about the mustard drill. You're like, who cares?
But I think that's the point we need to get.
The point is, when you find your frustration on the Disney Wish, it's going to be gone very quickly because there's so much magic and so much fun. I definitely recommend having the opportunity to cruise on Disney. Yes. And the Wish, as much as I had some negatives, but much more positive than negative. I want to touch on a couple of things I really love. Well, one was the Incredicourse.
That was a lot of fun.
The big inflatable area. That whole room was fun.
I had a hard time.
Yeah, you got to watch the vlog. Of course, Roberta edited out mine. She only put hers on, which I think was great. But that was a fun part of the ship. Yes. It's kind of like the sports area. They had basketball in the day. They had ping pong, pool tables, and it's indoors, so it's climate control.
That was cool.
Beautiful technology in there as well.
And the kids club, too. When it had the open houses,
clubs were awesome. Yeah,
it was really cool. Like if
the ship is great. The room service included. Soda
the service.
On the pool deck, fountain soda included. They have Pog juice if you're familiar with the.
But that's one thing.
I'm just blurting out fun stuff.
But that's one thing that we did not like it. So
what didn't we like?
The fact that we had to go to the pool deck.
Oh yeah, it's the only place to get it, or Marceline Market.
So if you want to, you have to be carrying the cup with you.
Yeah.
Or
you got to order.
But like I said, you're playing a game and I don't feel like going there, or I don't feel like carrying.
So a few times we did. We did buy it. I would just get a can of soda and pay for it because I didn't want to go.
But then a lot of people say, but all the cruise ships like Royal, we do get the drink package.
Yeah.
Disney doesn't have a drink package. Disney does not have a drink package.
I think you can buy bottles of wine and bottles of waters and things as a package, but you can't just walk up to the bar and give your card and say, I have unlimited this.
Correct. So,
but their bars were cool. The specialty coffees. I'm just blurting out all the fun. And
let's make it clear too about the room service was awesome.
What was it? The Bayou or whatever.
Yeah, the Bayou was really cool. Yeah,
man, so gorgeous. That's where you could kind of cut through the ship.
Yeah, but talking about the drinking. So the drinking, even though you have the soda available, when you order room service, the soda is not available.
No, it's available. We have to pay for it.
You have to pay. Correct. It's not a complimentary soda available.
But it is complimentary.
What?
Anything from room service that you're going to eat.
Eat, yes. Correct. So
that was great at night.
Don't forget Mickey bars.
Mickey bars are not on the room service menu. You can get Mickey bars.
Correct.
You can also get them in the main dining room.
But the breakfast, the coffee is included.
Breakfast, yes. You will get coffee.
The milk that comes,
You can get milk, chocolate milk, I think, at breakfast.
There's a couple of things at breakfast
they will include. Because we did it. You see on the vlog, we ordered breakfast a couple times, just like a couple little muffins and some drinks. Because we go out on the balcony and enjoy that, and then we'd go up. Because you're on a Disney.
Yes.
It was fantastic. But we have to talk about those negative things.
We do.
It would, to me, I'm not going to vlog and just say everything's great. That's not the way I'm going to vlog. That's not the way we do our channel.
No, it's not.
And actually, take a chance, subscribe if you haven't. We keep things real. We're a regular family, guys. Yeah. We both have regular jobs that we go to. This is our future, though. This is what we're working on to hopefully at some point really go all in. And we build it all the time.
But comparing. So
yeah, let's do some comparisons now.
Disney is very expensive cruise to ship.
I love Roberta on this vlog. This has been great. I'm just gonna go right ahead, Roberta. Let her rip.
Disney's magical. I love Disney.
Oh, it's great.
It's magical. But for the amount of money that you're paying for, it's frustrating to have the frustrations we have.
Even though they go away.
They go away. Correct. So. Would you put that, when I asked Jake, so Jake was Jake's opinion, I asked him and I says, Disney or Royal? His answer was Royal.
Royal.
So straight up like that.
You gonna ask me?
Go ahead, Matthew.
All right. So, Disney or Royal? Royal.
So
but we're a little different, guys. We live 10 minutes from Disney World.
Correct.
We go to Disney a lot. I'm a former cast member. Roberta's current cast member.
Correct.
We are immersed with Disney. So I think the cruise is great for people that live away from this region. If you're like from the Northeast, like where we used to, and you fly down here, because the cruise, you get the magic of Disney. You get the characters of Disney. You get the theming of Disney.
Yes.
And you get a beautiful cruise.
Yes, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
But the money, that's where it really comes down to me. In Royal, I feel more free. I start calling it freestyle to me. Like, I can do what I want, really, when I want, and I can base my dining upon the activities that we enjoy on a Royal Caribbean cruise.
So it's hard for me to talk.
We gotta listen to what Roberta.
So
Disney or Royal. This is what everybody is waiting for. They don't care.
It's not that simple. It's not.
Yes, it is. Well, this is one way I can help you.
Yeah.
We're going on MSC next, actually June 2nd.
Yes.
4-night cruise on MSC. I can't talk about price because price changes all the time. But currently, what I'm paying for 4 nights, what we're paying for 4 nights on MSC versus what we paid for 3 nights on the Disney Wish, I could do 2 4-night MSC Seashore and almost a 3-night.
Correct. Yes.
So I could do almost 11 nights on MSC compared to 3 on Disney. That shows you the price differential right now, currently speaking.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Yes.
And I don't think MSC is going to be 1/3 of it. Well, it could be.
Okay, so
I don't know. We'll find out. So stick around for those vlogs.
Disney's magical. Period. Disney's magical, especially for me. I love Disney.
Oh, yeah.
The food is amazing. So the food, it beats, I think, every single other cruise line that we've been to or the ship that we've been.
Food was a plus.
Food was definitely
we just rattled off a bunch of things we loved about the Disney cruise.
Right now, if you ask me if a Disney Wish, that specific ship, that's not my favorite ship.
It's not surprising to me.
It's not my favorite
and
ship.
If you watch the vlogs, I think you kind of know
it's not
your favorite ship.
So my overall experience with the Disney Wish, Disney Wish.
Yeah.
Royal's gonna beat.
Wow. Even with the tears and with the music and everything, it still beats it.
And I'm crying right now because it's like, I love Disney. It's magical. I cry. I have that magical moment. But yes, even though the frustrations goes away, it says, in general, in terms of fun, and like I said, they have their freedom to go, and if you see our cruises, we have a lot of fun and a lot of things.
We had a great time. My opinion is I'd rather go on a Royal Caribbean cruise.
At that specific Disney Wish, I wouldn't say much, but we didn't have a full experience on a Dream. But I think even though we was just right after the pandemic, in general.
Yeah, so it was limited when you say
correct.
Full experience. It was
it was limited. Yeah.
I did enjoy the Dream better than the Wish.
Correct.
I really did.
In general, I think the Dream got more of the package, Disney package, more than the Wish.
Roberta's just...
So, I think that full package of, what you expect from Disney, at that time, even very being limited, I think it was more of a package than it was delivered than it was at the Disney Wish.
Could be.
So, but then, would I put the Disney Wish on the top? No, I would not. Probably, I think Oasis was still our favorite.
I can tell you what, my favorite cruise that we ever have done on this channel, my favorite is Royal Caribbean's Oasis at the Sea. It was a 4-night cruise. That was my favorite ship, my favorite just overall cruise. Fun, But even when I say what was my least favorite, it doesn't mean I didn't like it.
Correct. Yes,
I've loved every cruise I've been on. It's just some stand out, some it really comes down to the ship for me and what I'm doing.
Yeah. Would I come back? Of course. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Especially if they have a good price.
I'll cruise on the Treasure when it comes out.
Correct.
I would like to try all the Disney cruise ships because I enjoy a Disney cruise.
Oh yeah, I love Disney.
It's still maybe because I think what happens is, they say loyal to Royal. It's just something about Royal to me.
Yes.
So far, now we haven't experienced a ton of different cruise lines, but so far Royal is really what I find value. I love the drink package. I love the My Time dining now. I'm familiar with the ships. I love their entertainment.
Correct, yes.
I just
get a full delivery
their
package
service is amazing. I want to talk about service. Disney and Royal. Yeah, maybe Disney, maybe a little
Disney had
much.
the pixie dust.
That's the difference. But that's the difference is the pixie dust. But Royal is fabulous service.
Correct. Yes.
You go to the pool. What can I get you? What can you get? You know.
Correct. So, general.
And now we're gonna try MSC.
Disney is very expensive. I definitely want to try the other.
Oh yeah, we're gonna try them all.
And I think that, but I think even though we had all the magic, I think Royal comparing to Disney Wish, I think Royal takes it.
I think
not all the ships, but I'm talking about the Oasis class ships.
There's a lot of factors, though, guys. You factor in price. You factor in,
a lot. Entertainment.
Is Disney really that much? Like for what I'm paying, am I getting really that much? Oh yes, absolutely. I would pick Royal over Disney because of a lot of those factors we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And Roberta, I love Royal Caribbean, and we just booked MSC.
But we're talking about specific Disney Wish right now. Disney Wish.
I think I can say that overall, even from the Disney Dream and the Disney Wish, I still prefer Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, I'm talking about specific Disney Wish.
I know you
Wish.
are.
Yeah. Me.
Oh, everybody's listening to you because I didn't really say too much. But no, listen.
Yeah.
We're trying MSC again.
Yes.
We didn't have the greatest experience.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because every cruise we went on has been fun.
Yes.
It's just sometimes, like I said, well, it wasn't as good as others. That's all.
Different frustrations.
The Meraviglia ship was gorgeous.
Yes, it was absolutely
awesome.
Gorgeous.
Water slides and beautiful. The indoor pool area with the retractable roof.
Yeah.
There was some service issues, right? Yeah. We went to the island. We couldn't get lunch. Things like that. But we're willing to try that again.
Yeah.
Because right now in the cruising industry, guys, MSC is the deal going right now.
Yes, it is.
Can't wait to try that again on Seashore.
Yes.
But yes, Royal wins. Jake is over here. Jake, give us a shout out.
Say hi.
Disney or Royal? What is your preferred cruise line?
Royal Caribbean.
You heard it.
Royal Caribbean,
yeah.
Yes.
Jake's off camera. He's playing with his friends, some games and stuff. But we talked a lot.
Correct, we did.
But Roberta, actually, for the first time ever, this is a Medling World record. Said more than I did on a vlog. It's never happened.
And the fireworks at sea is awesome too, by the way. Yes.
I rattled all the things I love. But again, I just want to stress one last time for the people that may be saying, "Oh, these guys are ripping up Disney." I know that people that love Disney love Disney.
They love Disney.
You're looking at one.
Yeah, I love
But
it.
Roberta can take a little bit of that emotion out and be rational and say, "Hey, these are the things that frustrate me."
Because what we go through, if you are gonna you're gonna go on a ship in Disney Wish, and if you're gonna go on the cruise,
I recommend going. Yeah.
I want you to know what you expect.
That's all it is. It's just opinions.
So if you then it's like, oh, I want to take a picture with character. Maybe you like, now I know it's a lot of lines. I'm gonna go there
Get
5
there
minutes
a little bit
before.
Early. You'll save more time later.
Correct. So I want you to know what doesn't go.
Awesome shopping, by the way.
Yes.
Their retail is great.
Why it doesn't go, perfect, and
take advantage of the food on the pool deck.
Yes.
Take what we've said and just kind of base some of those things around it. Be prepared if the pools are closing.
Correct.
If you're coming on it with a late embarkation, head right away. Get some food.
Let your kids be prepared about
talk to them. Hey, it's gonna be we're gonna take a half an hour. We gotta go sit down for a minute.
Yeah, correct. And then it's like, oh, when they're gonna maybe
I
close
think you
it down.
can take drinks in there and stuff though. You can have like popcorn.
Like
and stuff.
get the kids prepared for something. Things like that. Maybe like tell them ahead. This is we're gonna have to go to the theater, so make sure we are safe.
And you're gonna have a great time on the ship. You're gonna love it. Disney is a great cruise line. It really is. It's just our preference is Royal. You think I'd say no to Disney, though? We're going to be on another one.
But no, we're going to be another one.
So, guys, I think we've said so much. This might be over an hour.
I don't know. I'm looking
But it is what it is. We never say, oh, it can only be this long or it has to be this long. It's just what it is. Every vlog you ever see from us, we want you guys to understand. We don't put, like, minimals or max. We just vlog, reality and what it is. We talk from right here.
Yes.
You want to see what my notes were?
Yeah.
Because it's just highlights. Because I don't want a script.
Yes.
And Roberta is non-scripted. I'm non-scripted.
Yeah.
When you see me talking in the camera, it's from here.
It's just
this is what's going on, guys.
The notes are so we don't forget.
It's just some notes. I'm sure I forgot tons of things.
Because if you guys were sitting with us,
this is open conversation.
Correct. That we'll be talking about it. And
if you're cruising with us, you're cruising with us. And I love the comments when people say to us, "We feel like we're with you." That's exactly the way we wanted our channel to be.
Yes.
So we're so happy for everybody who has taken that moment and subscribed.
Yes.
Who's leave us comments.
Yes.
I try to get to all the comments. It's kind of nice that maybe I can't get to them all because it means there's so many.
Yes.
But we will get to them as much as we can. So, guys, thank you to our Patreons. And last but not least, see ya!